honestly, our minds are so good at making things seem bigger than they are. And in actual fact, it's not going to be that bad, honestly, trust me. Dental fear or dental anxiety is something that is very common. The thought of even having to go to the dentist for some people can literally give them like panic attacks. And unfortunately, the reason why this is because the first thing that people usually think about when they think about dentistry is pain. And to be fair, I can understand why this is because dentistry has had a lot of history behind it. So back in the day, they didn't really use any sort of local anesthetics that we use nowadays. They'll just do the procedure without numbing the patient at all. And yes, I that would definitely be painful if you were just doing it without local anesthetic. But this isn't the case anymore, and we use local anesthetic, everything is all good. But some people are still in that sort of mindset that dentistry is still like that. And I feel like the media doesn't do a great job at portraying dentists. Like, dentists are often shown in a bad light. They're usually seen as people that love to inflict pain on others. Like, if you ever watch a movie, the dentist is hardly ever a good guy. When you see dentists in movies, you'd probably see them in like a horror film or something like that. So yeah, like, imagine people watching that. Obviously, they'll have a negative thought of dentistry before they even get to have an appointment. Everything in dentistry nowadays is completely pain-free. There have been so many new technological advancements and improvements to make sure that people have a much more pleasant experience when they visit the dentist. So in terms of like dental fear and anxiety, the first step to overcoming the fear is to just think to yourself, what am I actually scared about? Like, what is the specific thing that scares you about going to the dentist? Is it the sound of the drill, for example? Or is it the thought of being in pain? Or is it the fact that you're not in control of what's going to happen to you? Or perhaps you've had like a negative experience in the past that put you off dentistry completely, or you've heard some like shocking horror stories from other people that have put you off of dentistry. So it can be a range of different reasons why you have dental fear, but it's important to try and identify the cause and the reason before your visit. The second step is to actually gather the courage to make an appointment and step into the dental practice. And once you've made your appointment, the first thing you should tell the dentist straight away is that you feel quite anxious and you have dental anxiety. So that way the dentist will be aware from the get-go that they need to do things differently to try and make you feel a bit more comfortable. Believe it or not, dentists do not enjoy seeing you in pain. Like, we don't want you to be in pain. The main reason we do what we do is to get you out of pain. So it's the opposite. So yeah, we'll ensure that you're not in pain throughout your appointment. Like, I'm not saying it's gonna be all sunshine and rainbows, because yes, I do admit it can be uncomfortable, especially when we do something called a BPE. So that's like an examination of your gums, just to check the gum health. So we might be using the probe just to check around to see if your gums are healthy. And yeah, that bit can be a bit uncomfortable, but it's not painful. Once the dentist is aware that you're quite anxious and they understand the reason why, then they'll be able to use techniques to help you combat this. So for example, I will always tell my patients to raise their hand if they feel any pain during the procedure, and I'll stop straight away. If it's a case of the patient feeling like they're not in control, then I'll make sure that I've explained every single thing that I'm going to do and demonstrate it before I actually do it on them. So that way they feel 100% comfortable and they know exactly what to expect. The final step is just to find solutions that help you reduce your anxiety. For example, my friend found it helpful to speak to me about it, and she also went to go and speak to other people that had it done before, and they all just reassured her, telling her that she didn't need to stress at all and it will be fine, you know. Sometimes you just need a bit of encouragement. Also, you could try and like bring someone along with you to help like calm your nerves, so you could have them like sitting beside you during the appointment to make sure that you're not nervous. If you're scared of, for example, if you're scared of the sound of the drill, you could bring your headphones and actually listen to music, so you don't have to listen to the awful sound of the drill in your mouth, you know. And if that helps you calm down, then that's good. You could also just close your eyes and just try your best to just relax, because if you're constantly just on edge and looking at all the instruments and thinking negative thoughts, that's only just going to make it worse at the end of the day. So just try your best to just relax. At the end of the day, it all starts with your mind, and the rest will follow. Another tip is, if you're getting the injection, so you're going to have to get local anesthetic, you can like wiggle your toes at the same time, so that helps as a distraction technique, so you're not thinking about the injection going in, you're focusing on something else. If you're into meditation, you can like meditate before your appointment, so that way you're a bit calmer before going into the dental practice. And yeah, just take lots of deep breaths. Deep breaths are really good at helping people like calm down in all situations. Obviously, when you're in the chair, taking deep breaths through your mouth will be a bit difficult, but you can like try and like breathe through your nose and just try and be at peace. Because honestly, our minds are so good at making things seem bigger than they are. And in actual fact, it's not going to be that bad, honestly, trust me. The worst thing you can do is just avoiding booking an appointment in general, because that's actually just going to make things worse. There was actually a survey done by the British Dental Health Foundation, and they found that 36% of people that didn't see a dentist regularly said that fear was the main reason. And people with dental phobia are more likely to be at a higher risk of gum disease and early tooth loss. So it's very important that you tackle things before they get worse. And it's just like with any fear, before you overcome it, you need to take action. So yeah, avoiding going to the dentist will only make things worse. So yeah, that was my top tips of overcoming dental anxiety. Yeah guys, just honestly, just try and find out what works best for you, because different techniques might not work for others. Just find out what puts you at ease. If you have any other questions that you want to ask me, just feel free to message me or DM me on Instagram. So that's my Instagram handle down there. So yeah, just drop me a DM. I'm usually checking Instagram. So yeah, I'll reply to you sooner or later. So yeah, that's it guys. I hope you guys have learned something. Like, don't let fear have a hold on you. You can do it. You can overcome it. Just take that action, take that step, and yeah. Cool, so I'll see you guys on the next video, and yeah, stay smiling. Bye!